As part of the crew digging a subway extension under the streets of Los Angeles, Ashley Ledger always keeps her safety gear close by. When her phone buzzes, she quickly dons a neon vest, hard hat and goggles before climbing deep down into a massive construction site beneath a boulevard east of downtown.
Earth movers are diverted, and Ledger gets on her hands and knees and gently brushes the dirt from a spot pointed out by a member of her team.
Her heart beats faster because there's a chance she'll uncover what she calls the big find.
Ms. Ledger is a paleontologist who digs for fossils in the middle of a city rather than an open plain or desert. She works for a company contracted by Los Angeles transportation officials to keep paleontologists on hand as workers extend a subway line to the city's west side.
They're making sure that they're recovering every single fossil that could possibly show up, Ms. Ledger said of her team of monitors.
They call me anytime things are large and we need to lead an excavation.
Since work on the extension began in 2014, fossilized remains have routinely turned up from creatures that roamed the grasslands and forests that covered the region during the last ice age, about 10,000 years ago. They include a partial rabbit jaw, mastodon tooth, camel foreleg, bison vertebrae, and a tooth and ankle bone from a horse.
But the discovery that still makes Ms. Ledger shake her head in disbelief came about a year ago, shortly after construction began on the project's second phase.
She was at home getting ready for bed when a call came in from one of her monitors.
"It looks big," he told her. The next morning, Ms. Ledger knelt at the site and recognized what appeared to be a partial elephant's skull. It turned out to be much more.
After 15 hours of painstaking excavation, the team uncovered an intact skull of a juvenile mammoth.
"It's an absolute dream come true for me," said Ms. Ledger, who spent the previous decade at a South Dakota mammoth site with no discoveries even close to the size of the one in Los Angeles. From there, the skull was hauled to Los Angeles La Brea Tar Pits and Museum, home to one of America's most fossil-rich sites.
Assistant curator Dr. Emily Lindsay called it a pretty remarkable find, noting that while thousands of dire wolf and saber-toothed cat remains have been uncovered in LA, there have been only about 30 mammoths.
A few hundred pounds and the size of an easy chair, the skull is especially rare because both tusks were attached.
It is being studied and is available for public viewing inside the museum's glass-walled fossil lab.
With a nod to Hollywood, the 8 to 12-year-old Colombian mammoth was named Hayden, for the actress Hayden Panettiere, featured in the TV series Nashville and Heroes.
The Cogstone monitor at the construction site had been watching her on television before spotting the speck of bone that turned out to be the intact skull.
Similar endeavors have turned up subterranean treasures during digs in other cities.
Workers at a San Diego construction site found fossils including parts of a mammoth and a gray whale and multiple layers of ancient seashells. Last year, crews working on a development near Boston's seaport uncovered a 15-meter wooden boat possibly dating as far back as the late 18th century.
Ms. Lindsay praised California's efforts to ensure science and urban development overlap, while bemoaning what bygone treasures may have been lost before the regulations went into place in the early 1970s.